Nobody bid on this ruined armored cruiser. I bought it for 6 credits and shocked the galaxy." Traders, merchants, and smugglers crowded the room, eyes scanning digital displays above each item up for bid. Ships, weapons, and exotic cargo flashed on hollow screens, each promising wealth or power to whoever could claim them. Among the crowd stood Jerk Voss, a scrappy human salvage captain, lean and tanned from years of sun on mining colonies and the harsh vacuum of space. His coat was patched, his boots scuffed, and his hands bore the scars of too many hard landings. Most of the people around him were well-groomed aliens with shiny suits or corporate representatives flashing the latest in hollow gadgets. Jerk didn't care. He wasn't here to impress anyone. He was here to find opportunity where others saw junk. And then he saw it. The screen above the auction block showed a massive, ruined armored cruiser. Its hull was streaked with rust, panels missing, weapon mounts hanging like broken teeth. It was the kind of ship that made seasoned captains shake their heads. "Abandoned," one trader muttered. "Sunk 3 fleets before the war. Nothing but trouble now." The auctioneer's booming voice echoed through the hall. "Next item. Item 847, the AC-73 armored cruiser. Condition: derelict, extensive damage, unknown functionality. Starting bid, 6 credits." A ripple of laughter spread through the crowd. 6 credits, less than the cost of a basic fighter drone. Alien traders whispered among themselves. "Who would touch that?" Jerk's eyes gleamed. "That's my kind of price," he muttered to himself. His fingers itched over the bidding panel. Around him, well-dressed aliens chuckled, assuming he was out of his mind. "6 credits, opening bid," the auctioneer shouted. 1, 2, 3, Jerk pressed the button. 6 credits. A murmur went through the hall. "He's serious," an insected trader whispered, clicking his multi-limbed fingers in disbelief. The auctioneer scanned the panel. "Sold to the human Jerk Voss." The room erupted in laughter and incredulous murmurs. No one had expected it. A single human had just bought a legendary, broken ship for less than the cost of a meal. Jerk smiled, ignoring the eyes on him. "Let's see what this old beauty has left to give." The journey to the ship was a short shuttle ride to the orbiting scrapyard where the cruiser had sat for decades. Massive skeletal frames of ships jutted from the asteroid's surface, like the bones of fallen giants. Smoke plumed from repair bays and robotic drones scuttled across the hulls. When Jerk's shuttle docked with the cruiser, he felt a thrill he hadn't experienced in years. The ship's surface was rough, worn down by time and neglect. Paint had flaked away, revealing the corroded metal beneath. Docking clamps rattled as the shuttle secured itself. "This is it, team," Jerk said over the comm. "Time to wake her up." His crew, Myra, a sharp-eyed engineer, Tarn, a bulky ex-miner with a soft heart, and Leo, a hacker who could talk a computer into doing anything, followed him aboard. Each of them carried a mix of skepticism and excitement. "Looks worse than the auction said," Myra muttered, running her gloved hand over the hull. Sparks flew as she touched exposed wiring. "Yeah," Tarn said, frowning. "I've lifted wrecks bigger than this that were in better shape." Jerk grinned. "That's why it's ours." Others see junk. Humans see potential. Inside, the cruiser smelled of dust, rust, and old fuel. Panels hung loose, wires trailed like vines, and the corridors creaked under their weight. A dim red light flickered from the bridge, casting eerie shadows. Jerk pressed a console and the ship shuddered. Nothing happened. He pressed again, still nothing. "Dead as a rock," Leo muttered, examining the AI interface. "Or maybe it's sleeping." "Let's find the core," Jerk said. They moved down the corridors, carefully avoiding broken floor panels. The engineering section was a maze of smashed machinery, leaking coolant and scorched walls. Myra examined the reactor. "This is actually intact," she said slowly. "The hull's beaten, yes, but this reactor, these alloys, they're experimental. Human-made, decades old, but incredibly strong. Whoever built this didn't expect it to survive a dozen battles." Jarek's grin widened. Told you, potential. Leo knelt at a terminal. There's an AI core here, looks like it's in sleep mode. If I can get it online, we might get the ship talking again. Hours passed as the team worked, patching circuits, rerouting power, and clearing debris. Sparks flew, tools clanged, and every so often the ship groaned as if complaining about being disturbed. Finally, the console beeped. A faint holographic glow emerged from the AI core. A voice, metallic and slightly distorted, filled the bridge. Custodians identified. Initiating systems check, the crew froze. The voice continued. Ship AC-73, operational parameters nominal. Alert, unknown threats in nearby sector. Jarek leaned forward. Did you hear that? She's alive, and she knows something. The AI flickered, projecting a map of a remote sector in the galaxy. A point blinked repeatedly, a distress signal. Ancient distress code, Leo said. Nobody else sent this in centuries. Whoever sent it didn't want anyone to find it. Myra frowned. So why is it showing up now? Jarek's eyes burned with excitement. Because it wants us to find it, that's why it woke up. Humans are stubborn, clever, and dangerous. We're perfect for this job. The crew exchanged nervous glances. Dangerous how? Tarn asked. Dangerous enough, Jarek said with a grin, that the galaxy might not see us coming. The next morning, news of Jarek's purchase spread across Krylon 9 and beyond. HoloNet channels buzzed with chatter. Alien traders shook their heads in disbelief. He actually bought that wreck, one alien snorted. For 6 credits, he must be insane. Or brilliant, another countered. If the rumors are true, that ship still holds secrets humans can't even imagine. Meanwhile, Jarek and his crew ran tests. The ship responded better than expected. Engines whined, shields flickered to life, and the old weapon systems, though not fully functional, showed signs of life. As the cruiser floated in orbit, the AI continued to project the blinking point in deep space. Jarek stared at it, feeling a surge of anticipation. This is it, he said. Whatever's out there, it's ours to find, and the galaxy won't know what hit it. Myra shook her head but smiled. You always find trouble, Jarek. Trouble finds me, he replied, and humans. We don't run, we fix, we fight, and we survive. That's what makes us unforgettable. A sudden vibration shook the hull. The cruiser's sensors picked up movement outside, small scout ships, possibly inspecting the abandoned vessel. Leo grinned. Looks like the galaxy is curious already. We've only just started. Jarek pressed a hand to the console. Let them be curious. They'll see soon enough what humans can do with 6 credits and a ruined ship. Outside the viewport, stars stretched into lines as the ship's engines roared to life. The AC-73, thought to be worthless, floated proudly in orbit, ready to sail into a galaxy that had laughed at humanity. A galaxy about to learn that underestimation of humans came at a high price. And somewhere in the ship's core, the AI whispered almost to itself, "Custodians worthy. Alert. Unknown threats detected." Jarek didn't know it yet, but the signal they had activated would lead them into danger, mystery, and glory. The galaxy would not forget this day, nor the human who bought a ruined armored cruiser for 6 credits. The AC-73 floated quietly in orbit above Krylon 9, but inside, it was alive with movement. Jarek's crew moved like a well-oiled machine through the corridors of the cruiser, the hum of the awakening ship filling the air. Sparks flew, tools clanged, and the occasional groan of strained metal echoed through the hold. Myra, the engineer, wiped sweat from her brow. It's going to take days, maybe weeks, to get everything working, she said. Her fingers traced along damaged circuits, reading the lines like a doctor reading a patient's pulse. But we're on the right track, Jarek said, smiling. Every system we bring back online is a step closer to showing the galaxy what humans can do. Tarn, leaning over a massive engine component, grunted. You're lucky this ship has potential. Most of these old cruisers are scrapped by now. AC-73 is different. You can feel it in the hull. Leo, crouched over the AI interface, didn't lift his eyes. "She's learning too," he said. "The AI is adapting as we fix her. I've never seen a ship respond like this before. It's like she knows we're human, that we can do what others can't." Jerk nodded. "Exactly. That's why no one else saw the value in her. Only humans can turn broken machines into something great." The days passed in a rhythm of work and discovery. The crew patched hull breaches with repurposed materials. Old weapon systems groaned back to life, flickering with power. Shields, long dormant, tested their strength against simulated attacks. The AC-73, which had been dismissed as junk, slowly regained a measure of her former glory. It was during one of these late-night shifts that Myra made a startling discovery. She stumbled upon a hidden compartment behind the engineering bay, sealed for decades. The panel was small, almost invisible, and coated in grime. "What's this?" she whispered, calling Jerk over. Together they pried the panel open. Inside were old data cores, marked with symbols humans hadn't seen in centuries. The AI stirred at the discovery, a soft glow emanating from the core. "Data, classified human project," the AI said in a mechanical hum. "Designation, Project Helios." Jerk's eyes narrowed. Project Helios. He felt a shiver run down his spine. He had read stories about it as a child, an ancient human initiative to create weapons and technology so advanced, no alien race could match it. Most of it had been lost or destroyed in the wars. Leo's fingers flew over the terminal. "These are blueprints. Weapons, propulsion systems, defensive tech. This stuff could give humans an edge anywhere in the galaxy. If the wrong people get it," he trailed off. Myra nodded gravely. "We need to keep it safe. No one outside the ship can know we have it." Word traveled fast. As the AC-73's systems came online, scouts from alien factions began to appear. Small ships, sleek and armed, scanned the derelict cruiser from a distance. The humans saw them on the sensors and knew the galaxy was watching. Jerk gathered his crew on the bridge. "They think we're just a bunch of idiots with a wrecked ship," he said, pointing to the blips on the monitor. "They don't know what we've found, and they certainly don't know what we can do, and we're going to keep it that way," Tarn smirked. "You always like to show off, don't you?" "Not show off," Jerk said. "Prove a point. Humans are underestimated everywhere. That ends now." The first encounter came sooner than they expected. A small alien patrol ship appeared in orbit, weapons drawn. Its captain, a tall, serpentine creature with gleaming scales, sent a transmission. "Human ship," the alien hissed. "Identify yourselves and surrender the cruiser immediately. You are trespassing in forbidden territory." Jerk leaned back in his chair, fingers steepled. "Forbidden territory, huh?" he murmured. Then louder, "This cruiser is mine. Stay back." The alien hissed, offended, and fired a warning shot. The AC-73 shuddered, the hull resisting the impact thanks to the repaired armor. The humans were ready. "Prepare weapons," Jerk ordered. "Let's see if they think this is just junk." For the first time, the AC-73's old systems roared with life. Turrets spun, shield generators flared, and the ship's AI coordinated movements faster than any human or alien could anticipate. "Targeting complete," the AI intoned. "Recommend evasive maneuvers and countermeasures." Jerk grinned. "You heard her. Let's dance." The engagement was brief but intense. Using clever positioning, evasive maneuvers, and the AC-73's hidden firepower, Jerk's team disabled the alien patrol without destroying the ship entirely. The aliens fled, shocked and wary, leaving the humans to catch their breath. "That actually worked," Tarn said, eyes wide. "I didn't think we'd last a minute." Jerk smiled, patting the console. "You underestimate humans again. They always do. But we survive. We adapt. We fight back." The crew shared a quiet laugh, the first in days not spent in hard work. But even in that moment, the AI projected the blinking distress signal once more. "The signal, it's stronger now," Leo said. Whatever is out there, it wants attention, and it's not alone. Jarek's mind raced. We need to find it before anyone else does. That's the key. If Project Helios is in this ship, there's more out there that can't fall into the wrong hands. Myra frowned. Do you think it's dangerous? Everything humans touch is dangerous to those who underestimate us, Jarek said with a grin. We'll be fine. As they prepared to depart, the cruiser revealed another secret. Hidden compartments, long sealed, contained advanced drones, maintenance bots, and supplies meant to extend the life of the ship far beyond its known limits. The humans realized that whoever had built the AC-73 had expected it to survive disasters, attacks, and abandonment long enough for someone clever enough to use it. That explains the distress signal, Myra said, running diagnostics. It's like the ship was waiting for us. Jarek nodded. Humans always notice what others ignore. That's why we're alive and why we're going to make a name for ourselves. Before leaving orbit, Leo monitored the sensors. We're not alone. Another fleet is moving toward Krylon 9. Bigger ships, armed, professional. Jarek leaned forward. Then we leave now. We take this ship, Project Helios, and the galaxy doesn't see us coming until it's too late. Tarn hesitated. Do we even know where we're going? Jarek pointed to the blinking dot in the AI map. There, the distress signal. Unknown sector. Dangerous, yes, but opportunity waits where others fear to tread. The AC-73 groaned as its engines flared to life. It lifted off the scrapyard, the humans bracing as the ship moved through orbit. Outside, alien ships began tracking them, but Jarek's confidence didn't waver. They think they can catch us, he said, eyes on the viewport. Let them try. They don't know the ship. They don't know the crew. They certainly don't know what humans can do with a ruined armored cruiser and a 6-credit gamble. The cruiser accelerated into the stars, slipping past patrols, weaving between asteroids, and testing the limits of its rebuilt engines. The AI, once silent and dormant, now hummed with anticipation. Custodians approaching unknown sector, probability of threat high, adaptive protocols active, it said. Good, Jarek said. We'll adapt too. That's what makes us human. As they traveled deeper into space, the crew began to notice signs of the ancient civilization that had once activated the distress signal. Strange structures floated among the stars, remnants of battles long forgotten. The air in the AC-73 crackled with tension and excitement. This is what humans are for, Jarek said quietly, to see what others cannot, to survive what others fear, to turn the impossible into reality. Myra smiled. And maybe, just maybe, we're about to make history. The cruiser glided through the void, battered but alive. Its lights flickered on unknown stations, revealing secrets, scanning for threats, and preparing its human crew for the trials ahead. The galaxy was watching, and for the first time, it would begin to fear what humans could do. The adventure had only just begun. The stars outside the AC-73 stretched into lines as the ship accelerated through the void. The blinking point on the AI map grew larger, closer, promising answers and danger. Jarek Voss sat in the captain's chair, hands gripping the console, his crew moving with practiced efficiency. They're coming, Leo said, eyes scanning the sensors. The fleet we saw from Krylon 9, they've split into 3 groups. They're converging on us. Jarek leaned back, a small grin on his face. Good, let them think they can intimidate us. Let them think this ship is nothing but scrap. Tarn shook his head. You really like to invite trouble. Trouble finds humans, Tarn, always has, always will. And we survive because we're smart, creative, and stubborn. That's what makes us dangerous. The AI flickered, projecting a holographic display of the approaching fleet. Sleek alien warships, bristling with weapons, moved like a predator surrounding its prey. The AC-73's hull groaned, not from weakness but anticipation. Custodians, threat assessment high, recommend evasive maneuvers, optimize offensive systems, the AI said. Jarek's grin widened. Then let's show them what humans can do. The first wave of alien ships arrived. Energy beams cut through space, tearing through the vacuum with deadly precision. The AC-73 rocked under the attacks, but Jerk's crew was ready. Raise shields to 60%. Divert power to engines, Myra called. Sparks flew from control panels as systems struggled to handle the strain. Leo tapped at the AI interface. We can use their confidence against them. They think we're weak. They don't know what the cruiser can really do. Jerk's plan was simple: turn weakness into strength. Using the cruiser's AI in combination with human tactics, they would outmaneuver the alien fleet. The AC-73 darted through the first wave, weaving between asteroid debris and using the nebula's energy clouds as cover. The AI adapted in real time, predicting alien movements and rerouting power to reinforce vulnerable sections of the ship. Tarn guided the weapons systems, firing plasma turrets on their left flank, shields holding steady. The aliens fired back, but their precision was thrown off by the human-led maneuvers. Every time they aimed, the AC-73 shifted, disappeared behind debris, or countered with a hidden turret. They think we're outnumbered, Jerk said, eyes gleaming. Let's make them think they're losing. One by one, the alien ships fell into traps the crew had set. Hidden missile bays opened, releasing small drones that disabled engines. Energy beams from the AC-73, long thought to be weak, struck critical points in alien hulls. The tide of the battle began to shift. Amid the chaos, Leo discovered something unexpected. "Captain, these ships, they're not just after the cruiser, they're after the signal we activated." Jerk frowned. "The distress code?" "Yeah, whoever sent it left something out there. Something big, and they want it before we do." Myra's eyes widened. "Then it's not just a mission anymore, it's a race. Whoever reaches it first wins." Jerk's jaw tightened. "Then we don't lose, not today." The second wave hit harder. This time the aliens coordinated. Energy torpedoes streaked toward the AC-73, and their largest ships moved in close, trying to disable the cruiser's engines. "Shields at 30%, Myra shouted. "We can't take much more." "Divert power to forward shields and engines," Jerk ordered. "Prepare every turret." "Leo, hack their targeting systems if you can." The young hacker's fingers flew over the console. Lines of code danced across the hollow screen. "I'm in. Jamming their targeting arrays now." The aliens fired blindly. Some shots struck asteroids, others went wide. The AC-73 dodged the rest. The humans were small in number, outgunned, and underestimated, but that was exactly the advantage they needed. The battle raged for hours. The cruiser's AI continued to adapt, learning from every attack, every maneuver. Its systems pulsed with a strange energy, as if awakening fully for the first time. "Captain," Leo said, voice tense, "I'm picking up something else. Deep in the sector. Whatever activated the distress signal, it's waiting for us." Jerk's eyes narrowed. "Then we don't just survive the fleet. We reach that point first. Human ingenuity beats alien numbers every time." They approached a swirling field of asteroids, jagged rocks spinning in chaotic orbits. The AI projected the safest path, a winding, dangerous route no alien ship could follow easily. Jerk piloted manually, trusting both his instincts and the AI's calculations. "Hold on," he said, as the cruiser twisted and darted through the asteroid field. Energy beams and missiles followed, but the AC-73 moved like a ghost. Myra grinned. "I've never seen a ship dance like this." Tarn laughed, gripping his console. "We're actually doing it. We're beating them." Finally, they reached the source of the signal. A massive, ancient structure floated in the void. Its surface glowed faintly with energy, and intricate alien symbols covered every panel. "It's incredible," Myra whispered. "Look at the size of it, and it's ancient, probably older than some planets." Jerk stared, heart pounding. "Whatever's here, it's been waiting a long time, and now it knows humans have arrived." The alien fleet was close behind, but the structure's defenses activated before they could approach. Energy barriers flared, pushing back the alien ships. Some were destroyed instantly, others were forced to retreat. Leo's fingers danced over the console. It's like the structure knows we're humans, or at least that we're capable. It's protecting us somehow. Jerk's grin widened. Humans always notice what others ignore. That's why we're alive and why we'll succeed. Inside the structure, the crew found chambers filled with ancient technology, dormant machines, and data cores containing knowledge lost to the galaxy. Leo quickly began scanning the systems. "This is beyond anything humans or aliens have ever seen," he said. "Energy sources, weapons, star maps, even propulsion systems. Whoever built this, they were centuries ahead." The AI spoke for the first time in full, clear voice. "Custodians, the knowledge is yours to protect. Probability of conflict high, prepare for further threats." Jerk nodded. "Then we adapt. Humans always adapt." Myra shook her head in awe. "We found it. We actually found it. The signal, the technology, it's real." Tarn smiled. "And we're the only humans here to see it. The galaxy won't believe this." As the crew explored further, the structure revealed its last secret: a dormant fleet of small, adaptive ships, each built from the same advanced materials as the AC-73. The AI interfaced with them, awakening the fleet. "They'll follow us," the AI said. "They recognize humans as custodians." Jerk's eyes glimmered. "Then the galaxy is about to see what humans can do, not with raw power but with ingenuity, courage, and strategy." Outside, the remaining alien ships regrouped, planning a counterattack. They underestimated humans, as always. They didn't realize the AC-73 was no longer alone, and that the humans who commanded her were smarter, faster, and bolder than anyone had predicted. That night, as the AC-73 floated near the ancient structure, Jerk stood on the bridge, looking out at the stars. "We're small, outnumbered, but we're human," he said quietly. "And humans never give up. We survive, we fight, we turn impossible odds into victory. That's why no one can stop us." Myra joined him, leaning against the console. "You really think the galaxy will notice us now?" Jerk smiled. "They'll notice soon enough. And when they do, they'll learn not to underestimate humans." The stars sparkled ahead, full of danger, mystery, and opportunity. The distress signal had led them to more than ancient technology. It had awakened the potential of humanity itself. And somewhere deep in the ship's AI core, the AC-73 hummed in agreement, ready to face whatever came next. Because the underdogs had struck back, and the galaxy would never be the same. The stars outside the AC-73 stretched endlessly, silent witnesses to what humans were about to do. Jerk Voss stood on the bridge, hands resting lightly on the control rail. Around him, his crew moved with calm efficiency, but their eyes were sharp. Every sensor, every console, every flicker of the AI display was being watched and analyzed. "They're coming," Leo said, pointing at the sensors. "The Galactic Council fleet, the big one. Fully armed, full complement, looking to take us down." Jerk's grin didn't waver. "Let them come. They think we're just a ruined cruiser with a human crew. They don't know what we've built." Myra ran diagnostics one last time. Engines at maximum output, shields optimized, weapons systems online. And thanks to the AI, the ship adapts faster than any Council warship I've ever seen. Tarn leaned back in his chair, rubbing his hands. "You're sure about this? We're outnumbered by at least 10-1. Jerk's eyes sparkled. "Numbers don't matter when humans are clever. They never have. We survive because we think, improvise, and adapt. And this ship is exactly what we need to prove it." The AI, fully awakened now, hummed with awareness. "Custodians, threat detected, probability of survival, high if tactical advantage is maintained, adaptive protocols fully active." Jerk patted the console. "Good. Let's remind the galaxy why humans are not to be underestimated." The first ships of the Galactic Council appeared on sensors. Massive, sleek vessels bristling with energy weapons and missiles, dozens of them forming a wall in space. Their flagship, larger than any human had ever seen, led the formation. Its shields glowed with a cold, intimidating light. The Council transmitted a single message. Human vessel AC-73, surrender immediately. Your actions are illegal. Resistance will be met with overwhelming force. Jarek's grin widened. Overwhelming force. That's cute. Myra frowned. Captain, they're serious. Their weapons could shred us in seconds. Jarek leaned forward. Then we make them miss and show them that humans are not so easily broken. The AC-73's engines roared. The ship shot forward, weaving through the fleet with impossible agility. Its adaptive AI adjusted the shields to absorb energy blasts and reroute power to weapons as needed. Turrets online. Plasma cannons active. Launch drones, Jarek ordered. Time to dance. The first volleys of energy beams hit the cruiser's shields, but instead of faltering, the AC-73 responded. Shields flared brightly, absorbing the impact, while plasma turrets struck the nearest Council ships. Tiny drones, once thought to be simple repairs bots, emerged from hidden bays, tearing through enemy systems with precision. The Council fleet faltered, confused by the unpredictability of the human maneuvers. The AC-73 twisted, dodged, and counterattacked, each movement calculated and chaotic at the same time. Humans had always been underestimated, and the galaxy was about to pay for it. Adaptive systems are working, Leo said, eyes wide. The AI, it's predicting their moves before they make them. Jarek smiled. That's humans. We see patterns, find weaknesses, and exploit them. Never forget it. The battle escalated. The Council flagship moved in, firing its heaviest weapons, trying to crush the cruiser in a single strike. Jarek's heart pounded as he guided the ship through debris, asteroids, and the swirling remnants of distant nebulae, each movement calculated to misdirect and confuse the enemy. Shields dropping, Myra shouted. We can't hold much longer. Jarek didn't flinch. Divert all power to forward shields. Engines at full. Prepare the Helios systems. We're going to make them regret underestimating humans. The AI responded immediately, opening hidden compartments inside the ship. Ancient human technology, long dormant, powered up. The AC-73's weapons roared in full force, beams slicing through Council ships with pinpoint accuracy. Missiles launched, drones swarmed, and the cruiser moved like a predator among stunned prey. One by one, the Council ships fell. Energy shields collapsed, weapons systems fried, and formations shattered. Inside the flagship, the Council commanders were furious. How is a single ruined cruiser doing this? One demanded. Our firepower is unmatched, yet they survive. They fight back. How? Back on the AC-73, Jarek's grin widened. Because they forgot one thing, he said. Humans don't fight like machines. We think, we adapt, we survive. The flagship's energy cannon charged, aiming for a direct hit on the cruiser. Jarek's hand tightened on the throttle. Brace yourselves. Time for a little creativity. Using the AI's predictive modeling, Jarek twisted the ship through a narrow asteroid belt. The Council's flagship fired, but the massive weapon overcharged and detonated harmlessly against an asteroid. Meanwhile, the AC-73's drones and turrets struck the flagship's hull, creating critical damage and chaos. Now, Jarek shouted. Full Helios systems deploy. Project Helios, once hidden and forgotten, came to life. The cruiser's adaptive armor expanded, absorbing attacks while generating energy pulses that disabled enemy shields. Hidden plasma cannons fired in rapid succession, each shot guided by the AI and human intuition. The Council flagship shook violently, unable to respond. The rest of the fleet panicked. Without leadership and guidance, their formations collapsed. The AC-73, once a ruined relic, became the spearhead of a new human legend. Myra's voice trembled with awe. It's beautiful. The ship, it's alive. Jarek's eyes shone. Not a live human. We made her alive. We made her unstoppable. The Council fleet, humiliated and broken, began to retreat. The galaxy had watched and witnessed an impossible feat. A single, seemingly ruined human cruiser had defeated one of the most powerful fleets in existence. With the Council fleet gone, the AC-73 floated near the ancient structure that had first called them. The energy fields around the station pulsed, recognizing the humans as rightful custodians. The AI projected a message: custodians worthy, knowledge transferred. Probability of continued survival high, future interactions with alien civilizations favorable. Jerk exhaled, leaning back. We did it. The galaxy has seen humans at their best. Tarn laughed, clapping Jerk on the shoulder. We survived, we won, I can't believe it. Myra shook her head, smiling. You bought a ruined ship for 6 credits and look at what we've done. The galaxy will talk about this for centuries. Leo added, grinning. And to think they all laughed at us, underestimated humans, again. As the crew celebrated, Jerk looked out at the stars. He knew this was only the beginning. The ancient technology they had uncovered, the Project Helios systems, and the power of the AC-73 were tools for something greater. Humans had proven they could survive, adapt, and triumph even against impossible odds. The galaxy thinks they know humans, Jerk said quietly. They don't, not yet, but now they will remember. The AC-73's AI hummed, almost in agreement. Custodians prepared for new challenges, probability of success high, Jerk smiled. Then let's see what the galaxy throws at us next. We're ready, always ready. Outside the viewport, stars stretched endlessly, silent witnesses to a legend in the making. A ruined cruiser bought for 6 credits, piloted by humans, had shocked the galaxy, and humanity's place among the stars was now undeniable. The AC-73, once abandoned and forgotten, had become a symbol of human ingenuity, courage, and relentless determination. A reminder that never underestimate humans, even when they seem small, weak, or broken. And somewhere in the vast expanse of space, whispers spread. Stories of the human who bought a ruined armored cruiser, faced impossible odds, and survived. Stories that would echo for generations, inspiring awe, respect, and a touch of fear across the galaxy. Jerk leaned back in his chair, watching the stars. The galaxy thinks it's seen power, he murmured, but it hasn't seen humans yet. The AC-73 hummed, alive and ready for whatever came next. The adventure wasn't over, it was just beginning.